Love to see it. All right, let me post quick link.
Okay.
All right, cool. Well, what's up, man? How's it going? Round two.
Round two, weekend edition. Or going into the weekend, I guess technically. But
Yeah,
yeah,
nice little slate of sports tonight, tomorrow. Um, I don't know about Sunday. I haven't looked much into Sunday, but next couple days looking good. I know NBA Finals is until Monday, so get a
oh,
nice
they did
break
the
after
2 day
tonight.
gap. Okay, I
Yeah,
guess travel day and all that too. Yeah, I hadn't even looked at that yet either.
yeah. Sure. Cool. So let's hop right into it, man. I
All
mean,
right.
NBA Finals tonight, Game Two.
Well, first, the
Super
real question
exciting.
is how excited and what was your emotions for the first part of that game? Were you like, oh no, we're coming out flat, and then the second half, you're like, let's go.
Yeah, pretty. I mean, pretty much. Yeah, with the Knicks, they're so resilient, man. Like they come
Hmm.
back so much that you could never like really count them out. But yeah, it was super fun to watch. I mean,
That's cool.
they're just like so resilient. Yeah, I have no other way to say it. They'll you just never um, think they're about to get blown out or anything like that. So it was a good win. It was a really good win. It was a typical Knicks win where they just out hustled, out
Hmm.
um, played them on defense. So I was definitely
Yeah,
very excited.
definitely a win on the road is very big for them. That's what I kept thinking while I was watching. I was like, this is huge for them, especially for the series and everything else. It's like you stole one on the road, so
Yeah, I will say I think it's not going to go that way tonight. I think Spurs are going to be locked in.
that's what I think too.
Yeah, I think they're going to win. I think I don't know if they'll blow them out because it's just hard to kill the Knicks, but they yeah, I like the Spurs tonight for sure.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
in agreement with that one too. I think it's kind of one of those things where it's like I don't think they're going to get embarrassed 2 games in a row, and then if they do, it's like okay, the series is over. Like
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like if they win tonight, then yeah, the series is over. Like they have
yeah,
to win tonight. They just
yes,
have to,
100%, hundred
and
percent.
I
You
think
can't
they
drop
will.
2 on the road or 2 at home and then expect to win the series. But
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Who do you like for tonight? Who do you like player wise?
I did for video of the day. I did Mikael Bridges. I really liked his line. It was 11-5. And of course, last game he got 9, but in 9 of the last 10 games he's had 12 or above. So I really, really liked that line, and I felt like he played well. It was right there to get that on game one. It just didn't work out, But he's right there. That's all you can ask for. But it was, I think it was minus 130, 130 is what I got it at. So I thought like, that was a really good line.
Minus 130 for what, 10 points you said?
11.5. Sorry.
Oh, 11.5.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's
So
a solid line. I feel like he could hit that on any given night. He's been
yeah,
super consistent in general.
I agree with that. But that was one I really, really liked, and it just kind of kept popping out to me as I was looking through things. But
Hmm.
there's some that are like Champagne. It's like I think his was 10-5. His line was, and it's like he's just unpredictable. He's so inconsistent as far as like which one shows up for the game. So it's like I don't like taking that. But like you said, Bridges is super
Yeah.
consistent. So
Yeah, thing with Champagny too. He shoots so many threes.
yes,
Kind of do or die by the 3 point line. So Mikal Bridges is more mid range. He'll drive a little bit.
Yeah, I'd
Just
say he's
more reliable.
like a three. What do they call it? A level player. It's like he can score from 3-2
Mm.
or drive to the basket. So there's all kinds of options for sure.
Yep, absolutely.
What about you
Cool.
for points? What's is there one that stuck out to you, or is there?
Yeah, I think. Well, I'm on Dylan Harper's points, rebounds, assists.
Okay,
I think he'll have a good game all around. I just think the Spurs are going to have a good game all around. So,
sure.
and he's been again one of the most consistent Spurs. He
Hmm.
looked good last game. He kind of carried them for a few stretches. He was just like that guy that got him a much needed bucket a few times. And I think he finished with 25 last game. And besides those games that he got hurt, I
Hmm.
think, and like the games following that, where he's still kind of dealing with it, he's been super consistent at this line. So I like him for 20 points, rebounds, assists.
Okay.
And yeah, I think I wanted to take Wemby's points line too, but I
Was
saw
27
just,
5? Was that what his was, or
well, when I was looking yesterday, it was, I think,
okay,
26.5.
okay.
And I just saw more value on the rebounds. I think
Hmm.
the Knicks are purposely trying to keep him out of the paint, and I just think he's going to force it this game, like he did in
Okay.
the fourth quarter last game. He had 7 rebounds in the fourth quarter, and I also took this last game, and I thought it was a dead prop, but then he picked up 7 in the last quarter
Uh
and
huh.
covered. But I
Okay.
just think we're going to see more of that from him all game, hopefully.
Okay. That's
Yep.
always one of those ones where you're like, you keep refreshing your your line. Like, dang, what happened? Did he get hurt? Or like if you're not watching the game, it's like out of nowhere.
Well, yeah, I was watching, so
Okay.
it was one of those ones where I'm like, all right, that lost, whatever, is what it is.
Yep.
Um, but after watching the fourth quarter, it gave me confidence again that um, he just needs to be aggressive. The Spurs do better when he's, playing aggressive. So he was
Okay.
also like very tired. Like I know that's his weakness, but
Hmm.
like more than usual, and it seemed out of the gate he was kind of tired. So I hopefully he figures that out.
One thing I always to go off a complete opposite, but it's relevant, is I was watching KG talk one time on a podcast, not sure whose podcast it was, but he referenced like the first time he made his like with the Timberwolves where they went to the Western Conference Finals for the first time. He was like, I was exhausted because you're basically playing 2 more months in a season and your body's not ready for it. And it's like I wonder if that's just kind of like catching up to him. It's like um,
Yeah,
and
could
where he's
be.
been injured some too. But it's like I never really thought about that. But it's like that is a whole extra 2 months of the season that you're playing.
Absolutely. Plus game 7 in OKC,
Yep.
long series, super emotional. Obviously, he was very hyped up, which we
Right.
talked about last time.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, it definitely showed. I think it definitely showed in game 1. So hopefully he settles down, kind of locks in, and does what he can for the Spurs. I think he will.
Sweet. What about rebounds? You got anybody that lines that stuck out to you, or did you see any good value there?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm taking for rebounds. I'm taking Wemby.
Oh, that's right. I'm
Um,
sorry. I'm sorry.
yeah, you're good. How about you? Who do you got?
The one I took that our projection models had up was Keldon Johnson for 2.5 rebounds. So three. And
Hmm.
that seemed like a super solid line to me. And I kind of feel like, so we're talking that the Spurs are going to, like, they basically have to show up tonight or the series is over. And I feel like he's kind of that spark plug off the bench a lot of times. And he's very, like, I think in the season, I could pull it up, but I think he averaged around like 5 rebounds a game in the season. Like he's just that kind of hustle player that gets those points. So I saw the 2.5
Yep.
on Bet 365. I took it for minus 120. It seemed like a super solid line to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's definitely going to be times where the Knicks are pushing Wemby out of the paint, and there's going to be those off-ball rebounds. I think
Hmm.
um, a few of the guys cleaned up last game. Let's see who picked them up. Champagne had 10 rebounds.
That's
Vassell had
insane.
9. Castle had 8.
And the thing
Harper
is,
had
we
8.
talked about that. We just thought it was going to be somebody different, but I mean, that was the exact conversation we had on here. Was it's going to be a bunch of off-ball rebounding?
Yep. And I think Johnson will get, some more time too. He only played 8 minutes, so just a matter of time of him to pick up at least 3.
Hmm.
That's definitely a low line.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. The 3 for what he normally does, you know. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I like that one. All right, let's do this again. What about assists for you?
Assists. I don't know. It was tough. I think the Spurs obviously try to get Brunson off the ball.
Hmm.
I don't know how many assists he finished up with, but um, he was just kind of forcing the scoring, and it worked. I mean, he shot 31 shots
Yeah.
to score 30 points. Still, obviously, an incredible game. He still needed to do that for the team, but definitely wasn't looking to pass. Yeah, he only finished with 2 assists.
Hmm.
Um, I think Fox has been super consistent with assists. I didn't choose anybody straight up, but I have Fox. He's a nice parlay piece. I think he's had like 4 or 5 assists very consistently throughout the playoffs. Um, so yeah, if I had to choose, I would say Fox for a consistent like parlay piece, but nobody's straight up for me.
Okay.
How about you?
I took the. I'm trying to see. So I took De'Aaron Fox for rebounds. I didn't take him for assists, but I took Castle in my parlay with points and assists. But no, I took. So game one, I took OG's assist line. It was 1.5, and it's kind of like one of those with the two that I've already picked. It's like that seems super low for them. They could get that at any game, and I think it was 6 out of the last 10, or 8 out of the last 10 he had hit it, so it would be 7 out of the last 10 now that he's hit that. He had zero the first game, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like I really like that line the first game, and it's like I'm going to run it back, and I feel like he's
Hmm.
going to hit that. Then he'll hit it this game. It'll be a different bit of a gameplay
Definitely.
scenario, and there was plenty of options there where he passed the ball and just it is. Some nights people don't hit the shots.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's not gonna have zero every game, so
Right.
yeah, it's definitely a
And
good
then it's
look.
like I really like those kind of lines like that where it's like I took Cornette in Game 7 for it literally 1.5 points. It's like, dog, can you get me a bucket?
Yeah,
Like
right.
so. But those are kind of ones I like to play, kind of like that, where it's not I'm not asking a lot out of you, but
Cool.
so yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one I took straight out.
No, I like that. I like that a lot. So who do you like against the spread tonight?
What was the spread actually,
Red
or
six and
what
a
is it
half for the
now?
Spurs.
Check to see. I
Six
was
and a
having
half.
trouble. 6.5.
Yeah, for the
I
Spurs.
honestly, in my like, with yesterday, it's like I was thinking like 9.5. Like I know that's kind of wild to take above, but it's like that's kind of what I feel the Spurs are going to come out and just be like kind of punch them in the mouth type thing. Like what we've talked about. It's like I don't think obviously anything can happen, but it's like I think the Spurs dominate this game, so I would feel comfortable taking that 7 or 6.5 spread. What about you?
Hmm. I think that's kind of what everybody's thinking. Like
Okay.
Spurs have to win. They're gonna smash them. They're gonna win by 6.5. I definitely lean that way too. Um,
Okay.
I hate to say it as a Knicks fan, but I I just think the Spurs are gonna win.
Yeah.
It's tough to take the 6.5 line though for me because the Knicks are just so resilient. I've said it
Hmm.
again and again, but they could easily keep the game close. Um, but I'm personally not touching the spread.
Okay.
But if I had to choose, I would still take the Spurs.
Okay.
Just not a super confident thing for me at all.
Yeah. I mean, full disclosure, I didn't take a spread or a money line because money line is just ugly right now with the minus 240 for the Spurs. And I just, like there's still the possibility that the Knicks are better than we give them credit. Everybody's like, well, the Spurs got to do good. And it's like, well, maybe the Knicks are that good. So it's like, I don't feel
Mhm.
100% confident either. So I left it alone as well.
Hard to argue against 13 in a row, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and by a lot with a very steep margin. And so it's hard to be like, all right, that 14th game though, they're gonna get smacked. It's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
for me, it's one of those things you just wait and see. Like if they do get smacked tonight, then you reassess for game three. But
Sure.
I'm personally staying off of it.
And then if they do, if the Spurs do win tonight, then that makes it fun too for trying to assess for Monday's game. It's like, well, which game is it? What's
Yeah,
then it becomes a 5 game series. So
100%. Which I need. I'm rooting for the Knicks, but I took them in 6 and in 7 as a
oh, okay.
hedge to my Spurs bet. So
Okay.
I can't have them winning in 4 or 5.
As much as
That's
like
crazy.
a fan, you're like a sweep would be awesome, but please just drag it
Yeah,
out a little
please. Yeah, wait a
bit.
little.
That's
Exactly.
funny. That's funny.
Cool. Well, I think pretty
I
much
was
covered
gonna.
everything.
Oh, I
Oh, go
was
ahead.
gonna. So FanDuel had, and I took these for personal. I'm not saying take these. I put 0.25 units on it just to throw a little money on it. But FanDuel had like the most 3 pointers per person, and I
Uh-huh.
took Brunson was like plus 465. I think I'm pulling it up right now on my computer. Yeah, he was plus 485 to have the most 3 pointers, and then Wimby was plus 1,000. Um, so
Nice.
it's like that was just like they have those weird props, kind of something like that. And usually I stay away
Hmm.
from him, but I was kind of like, Brunson was 2 for 9, and he was putting up a bunch of shots. So it's like his at 485. I really, really like that volume for him. And Champagne was technically the one who had the most. He hit 5, and then it was like a bunch of people had 2. Um,
Yeah.
Last game. So it's like I felt like Brunson for sure was one that could be like that could easily be the case again tonight. And then Wimby was like, what if you're playing in the Spurs have to dominate? It's like what if he just catches fire and goes off? And it's like
Hmm.
sprinkle a little bit on it for a plus 1,000. But I don't necessarily suggest that for any, or if you
I
do, like be
mean,
very
it's
responsible about
educated.
it.
Like the Knicks are definitely trying to keep him out the paint, so there's definitely
Hmm.
value there.
Yeah.
And I took a few of those. I posted them in my VIP before the
Okay.
series, and I had Josh Hart over 7.5 rebounds per game,
Okay.
and he had like 15 in game one, so that's looking good. I had Brunson leading scorer, plus 155. That one looks good after game one. I think Wemby's probably
Sure.
going to catch up this game, but Brunson 20 plus points every game. Then I had Victor Wembanyama at least 1 3 a game,
Oh,
which
that should be, yeah, that's nice. What was
yeah,
the odds on
it was
that?
minus 130, so it was a little juicy,
Okay.
which is why I didn't
Sure.
go crazy on it. I only did like a half a unit, but I think it's a good one. And then I have Fox to have the most steals, plus
Okay.
500. So
Oh,
I
that plus
think,
5. I feel like that's really good value at plus 500.
yeah, I thought it was good value. I know Hart, I think, popped off the most in game one.
Okay.
Yeah, he had 4 steals, but
Ooh.
yeah, it's only game one, so
Right, right.
anything could happen. Anything could happen, but all right, cool. Let's move on to MLB.
Okay, let's
What
go.
what you got for MLB? Any good looks?
Yeah, I actually, so I do a 3 pack on Twitter every day for UDLR, and I found some good value, and I'll just kind of try to be as brief as I can on explaining them. But I took Alec Burleson
Hmm.
for plus 1.5 hits, rebounds, and RBIs. And why I did was, first of all, he's on a 5 game hitting streak. And in that time, he has 16 hits, runs, and RBIs in 5 games. Like that's actually pretty insane
Yeah.
for right there. He has 8 hits, 7 RBIs, and 1 run. But the more thing that I look at too is because you always got to look at both sides of the ball when you're playing in baseball. But it's Singer in 11 games has given up 13 or 16 home runs and 70 hits, and
Sheesh.
that's terrible.
Yeah.
He's third worst in the MLB for home runs, like I said, at 16, and he's only thrown 11 games, so that's really bad. And then he's 13th worst, 70 hits in the MLB. So it's just, I kind of felt like that was a good, like Brelson's on a hitting streak. They're playing Cincinnati. It just seems like a good mesh of things there to take that line
Yeah.
for
I'm actually
him.
on Burleson too. I took
Oh,
him
okay.
for bases
Okay.
because of the same thing. I mean, that Singer matchup super juicy.
Yeah.
It's I actually took Singer for over 2.5 earned runs too. So I'm right there with you.
Okay.
The weather's looking good. Cardinals have been hitting righties pretty good. Um, so yeah, I definitely like those spots.
Let me ask you a question for people as well that are listening. Do you see any way to read whether you should take total bases or as opposed to hits, runs, and RBIs, or it just kind of, you know,
Yeah. One thing I like to look at is the ISO.
okay.
So all ISO is the slug minus the batting average,
Okay.
And if that's pretty high, guys are going, extra bases a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good way to like really see how hard they're hitting the ball.
Okay.
And I also like to look at the team context. So,
Okay.
say the Cardinals aren't hitting the ball well versus righties, but Burleson has good ISO, I would definitely lean more towards bases.
Okay.
But if the Cardinals are all smashing the ball, and um, even with a big ISO, it's just a better look for hits, runs, RBIs because you need help from your teammates,
Right.
you know? So I think for Burleson, you could go either way. I
Okay.
think HRR is a good look just as much as bases, but yeah, that's how I like to differentiate
Okay.
going between the two. And then obviously, just how well they do versus the righties or lefties is very important.
Okay. So let me play the person that's, you know, never done this before. So it kind of makes sense though, because if you're looking at hits, runs, and RBIs, it's like the hits is what you're accountable for, but the runs and the RBIs is what you need your teammates for. So it's like if everybody's smashing the ball, that seems like a
Hmm.
better line. Okay.
Definitely.
Cool.
And I mean, where you are in the lineup matters a lot. If
Okay.
you're down lower in the lineup, um, I like to lean more towards bases just because it's on you. If you're red hot and you're down in the
Hmm.
lineup, but then if you're hitting batting first and you have power guys behind you and you like to hit singles, then HRR is a good look.
Okay.
Same thing for like the fourth guy. If guys are going to be on base and you could get a hit and you'll get an RBI at the same time, same thing.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, 100%. I just was curious if you could explain what would be, you know, for those listening that may not have as much insight as you do, if there's one way you pick one or the other. So I think that's really helpful, actually.
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely. Um, who else you got? Do you have anybody for bases or strikeouts or anything?
I did. So I took Jeremy Pena.
Nice.
Um,
I've been
he I'm
mine
sorry.
consistently.
Okay. I pulling up my notes here. So in his last 5 games, he has 14 total bases. He has 10 hits, which is actually kind of crazy. So he's basically averaging 2 hits a game
Yeah,
in that
it's
5 game
nuts.
period. And he's had 2 hits in 4 of the last 5. So obviously he's seen the ball well. The uh, the matchup, who are they playing? I like the pitching matchup as well. I just can't remember who they're playing. Let me pull it up.
They didn't have anything listed. I think it's or did they have something listed?
I thought they did.
Might have been a bullpen game. Could be wrong though.
Might have been. Trying to find. So I'm just gonna pull it up on my phone. When I look
Perkins.
at, yeah, when I look at FanDuel on my phone as opposed to my computer, it's always the opposite. But it was just one of those things too, where it's like he's just frying right now from the plate, and it's like baseball is always a streak sport, so it's like you want to try to ride those out if you can. And I just really liked his lines today, and I think it was plus too, which I thought was pretty crazy. But yeah, he liked it. And I know you said you've been on him lately too. Yeah, he was plus 120, so I thought that was a really good value
For
for two
bases.
for 2 bases. Yeah,
Nice. Yeah, I think
so
that's a great bet. I think athletics bullpen isn't the best, so
yeah.
it's a good look.
I think just anything athletics is not good pitching wise. Uh,
Yeah, no,
um,
definitely.
and then for strikeouts, I took Michael. I'm not sure how you say his last name for the Royals, but Michael, is it Wachka or
Oh, I'm not sure
Watcha?
either.
It's
Waka?
like Waka maybe Waka Flocka.
Yeah, I
But
don't know.
I baseball's always the worst because it's like there's a lot of different pronunciations. But and I always say like if you're good, I know how to say your name.
Right.
But no, he was I took it for over 4.5, and the reason I did is they're playing the Twins, and the Twins are the second worst team collective strikeouts. So I think it was 556 as a team this year. They've had strikeouts, and they're the second worst. The Orioles are only worst as of today. So I felt like that was a
Okay.
good line to take. His ERA isn't the greatest, and sometimes he does get rocked, but I think it's 5 out of 5. Yeah, 5 out of 5. Or in his last 5 games, he's hit that line, so he's had 5 or more strikeouts. So it just seemed like kind of the law of averages where he's um, hit that in 5 of his last games. The Twins are the worst or second worst team for strikeouts, and it just seemed like putting those two together was a good option for strikeouts today. And 5 strikeouts is not a lot for a pitcher, but
Hmm. No,
but
not at all.
that's why I picked him.
Nice.
Um,
I like that. I'm on a very similar one.
okay,
Framber Valdez for 5 strikeouts. Just needs
okay,
5. He like consistently hovers around that every
hmm
game. So I think just the Seattle matchup will push that over the edge. They've been striking out a lot against lefties, and yeah, I like him a lot. And then another look that I had was where's he at? Ernie Clement to single. Love that one.
okay,
He's consistently hitting singles. He has, I think, 10 singles in his last like 6 games. Um, Hitting every single game, and the matchup's really good. He has a good BVP
okay.
against what's his name, Brandon Young. He's had 4 singles and 6 at bats. Like
Oh,
literally
nice.
every box is getting checked by Ernie Clement. I honestly wish he was higher up in the lineup, but he bats like fifth for them, even though he's one of their best hitters.
Yeah,
But
he's a super really good at contact, and it's funny you say that because I was watching them this weekend, and their announcers for the Blue Jays were talking about how they're like he's going to take you deep into the count and string it out and then poke you one in the opposite field for a single. So that's I mean that matches up with exactly what you're saying.
yeah, definitely nice. So I think that's good for MLB. Let's keep it moving, just so we're not taking too long.
Sure.
Do you have any UFC looks for tomorrow? Anything you like?
I did. Let me pull them up here. So as you know, too, we have a UFC model. So if you're in here listening,
Oh,
be sure to
nice.
check that out. Sometimes the prelims can be harder to predict in fight nights than the like numbered cards. It's just less data on them. But also sometimes you can find really good value in those picks as well. So it's just finding the ones that look good there. But on our model, our biggest like perceived value and chance to win was Santiago Luna, and he was a 240 last time I looked. I'm pulling it up right now just to make sure I'm not lying. No, he's 280 right now.
Plus 280?
Or no, I'm sorry. He's plus 114. I apologize. Um,
Okay.
and then Dubin was the other one. Our models are giving him a 66.3 chance to win the bout, and he's a plus 280. So those were the two that I liked as far as underdogs go. I always tell people when I tweet, and I'll tell people that are listening, like always be cautious with underdogs. They're underdogs for a reason, but it's like the way that they match up well against the other opponent, whether it's for striking or submissions or how that ends up. That's what fighting is. Anything can happen,
Yeah.
but those you always have a fighter's chance. But those were the two that I liked currently, and I'll probably list those in our underdogs tomorrow. And then I plan to have a parlay going tomorrow. I might put it up this evening as the last thing, but I always like doing that too, like picking some good values and an underdog or two in those parlays as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. I like that.
What
I
about you, my man?
You're not gonna like it based on
Is
what
it
you
the
said.
opposite? Hey, one of us has got to be right then, right?
That's right. That's right. I'm definitely on Team Thug Nasty.
Okay.
Bryce Mitchell.
Okay.
I just think he's gonna just be super annoying against this guy. Like actually looking into the fight. Um, Luna is, a very young. He's undefeated. He's did his thing in the UFC so far. I think he has 2 wins in the UFC, but I think he just hasn't wrestled anybody at the caliber as Mitchell, and I think he's just gonna take him down. He's gonna um, kind of lay on him, look for attempts to submit him,
Hmm.
and I think that's honestly where the value is in the submissions. I took his round one and round two submission. It's like plus
Okay.
750 and plus 1100. Um, so I actually really like him this week. And it's funny, the books are very um, all over the place with his lines because you could
Hmm.
bet his money line on a lot of them for like minus 130, minus 135. But then
Hmm.
if you go to bet his double chance for decision and submission, it's like minus 150. Like the line is completely wrong.
That's
So
funny.
you could include the knockout for better value or a better price, which is it was very interesting to see as I was looking for um, a line for this thing.
So you think if it's going to be one on the ground, that's what you're going with
I
there?
think so. He's definitely would get rocked if it stays on the feet, but I don't
Hmm.
think he'll let that happen. So
Okay.
I think it's definitely going to the ground, and he does
That's
have
what
a
I
win
always
by
love
knockout.
about.
So
Okay. That's what I do
yeah,
always love about fighting, though, is it's like you go in with a game plan and then you get hit in the mouth, essentially, and you're like, everything goes out
yeah,
the window. So it's like, hopefully,
100%,
you know.
100%. And then another look I really liked was Bonfim in the main event
Okay.
versus what's his name, Bilal Muhammad. I
Hmm.
think Bilal Muhammad's great. He's been there before. It's a 5 round fight, which definitely favors Bilal. But the upside of a Bonfim finish is very good. Priced at 185. I
Okay.
think there's a lot of value there. I know Bilal doesn't get finished a lot, but Bonfim is you know, he's a different beast. I think he could easily knock him out or submit him early on. The only
Hmm.
downside is though he gets tired, so
Right. One,
you
it's
have
a
to worry
five
about
five
that.
round match too. Yeah, definitely have to worry about that.
Yeah. So I
Our
think
models have him at a 61% chance to win, so that's we're right there with
oh,
you on that
nice.
one.
There
So
we go.
hey, we can
Now we're
agree on
cooking.
something.
Yeah, we're cooking now. So yeah,
um,
I think him by finish is where the value is. I wouldn't play his money line probably just
okay.
because of that, you know, scary late, um, him just gassing out and Bilal taking over. But early finish is definitely where I'm looking at for that one.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. Um, yeah. Any other things you want to talk about or say or anything? Cover?
The only oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say the only thing that I didn't get to was, and I think we have our home run model that's been great to us last year and been doing well so
Oh yeah.
far. Is I didn't pick a home run for today. So last time I picked Olson and he ended up coming through. But I really like Acuna.
Oh.
Not to be a Brave, I hate the Braves. I'm a Cubs fan, but he is hitting the ball really well right now. And
hmm
let me pull up the. I have too many tabs open on my screen right now. Um, but his matchup against Keller, which Olson has a really good matchup as well, but in 19 at bats, Acuna has 3 home runs and he's got 4 RBIs and 8 hits. So another one too would be the hits, runs, and RBIs. He was actually my player spotlight for the hitter spotlight that we do every day. But I just his home run this morning. So I usually take the lines as soon as they update on our site, like around 8, 9 in the morning. Sometimes, like this morning, it was like 7:30. But his home run was plus 472, and I thought that was a really, really good line to take
Yep.
with the matchup that they have going on. And just, I really think the BVP is very, it's it is a very important statistic when you look at stuff like this. I feel like
For home runs.
yes, because or just even at bats in general. Like when you're looking at like hits, runs, and RBIs, it's like they clearly can see this pitcher better for some reason, and like baseball is all about getting those advantages. So
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
just wanted to wanted to throw that one in there because I forgot to mention the home run candidate
Nice.
for today. But that's who I like for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, I like Acuna too. I remember looking at him, and yeah, just I was looking at him for bases and hits, runs, RBIs,
Okay.
and I was
Mm-hmm.
a little scared because of the BVP, just
Mm-hmm.
because of the you know, what was it? What'd you say? 3 for 19 or something?
Uh,
But if they're all
not
home
well.
runs,
His 19 at bats for eight hits, but he had 3 home runs in those 19 at bats. Was why I like
oh,
the home
okay.
run on. Sorry.
Oh, nice. Maybe I'm thinking of a different player because that's actually really good. But cool, man. Nice look. I think yeah, I think we kind of hit everything.
Okay.
Um, we'll definitely be on the lookout for how NBA Finals Game 2 goes and the MLB slate. And yeah, we'll regroup. Hopefully, do it again soon.
Yeah. All right, man.
Sounds good. All right, we'll talk soon. See you, man.
All right. See you, bud.